Okay, welcome to my channel. If you are new, you'll find that I have a very large library, close to 100 videos regarding low income, Section 8, housing choice vouchers, and every imaginable resource, including getting your utilities at a discount and other things like that. These are all federal programs, all federal guides. And if you look closely on the website that I provide on the links, which is just a small website of my own, there are no spam links, there's no advertisements. These are direct employee operation manuals to HUD and the continuum of care. So to get on, this video is about getting on the ass of these people that are running these charities, organizations, homeless shelters, and then housing authorities. For those of you that don't know this or realize it, you know, HUD is simply HUD, but every city and town has their own housing authority that must follow federal rules. Well, look what the hell's going on, you know. You go over there, the door's locked, right? And you call and the phone's off the hook, right? You send an email and there's no response. Let me tell you something, guys. The CARES Act and all that, we got billions of dollars flowing. I mean, the cash has been flowing since the beginning, let's see, January, February, March, April. And so, you know, all these little charities, you know, they're collecting and they're just filling their pockets. The cash is flowing real good. So the people that are on the board of directors and now's the time to paint the walls and all that stuff. But, you know, here's the nasty part and the nasty truth about all of this. So all these millions of dollars going out to these shelters, do you actually think any of this money is going to a single homeless person, okay? If you're not going to answer the door and you're not going to pick up the phone, then where exactly is this money going? Since it's lining the pockets of all these organizations. So, you know, the real goal that we're looking at behind all this is while we feed billions into the system and hand it out to these half-ass charities, you know, what they're really doing is sitting on all of this money. It's time to hand out raises, time to improve the building, and then let's see how long we can keep the phone off the hook. Let's see how long we can keep the doors closed. That way, all we need to do is reach the end of the year so we can scoop all up the cash and just put it in the savings account, you know. Only a very small margin of money is actually being given out to anybody. Nobody can even get half the resources that are out there right now. Half these continuum of care locations and you know, housing authorities, they're not going to answer the door. Of course not. They only just need to wait till the end of the year, while their lawyers figure out ingenious ways for them to hoard all of this money. Okay? Name one person in the news. I dare anybody that's watching this video, name one person in the news that went and was successful in going to the door, going inside, and receiving one wooden nickel from these people. Seriously. Now, I want to commend most states and commend most counties. If it's run by the state or it's run by the county, they are giving out money. They're doing what they're supposed to do. The federal government's doing what it's supposed to do. But here's where the fraud and the greed and the scandalous activities happen. When you start taking billions and you distribute that to these charities and these organizations, their only self-serving interest right now is to pay off their own debts, to continue to build on their little buildings and garbage like that while they keep the phone off the hook and make excuses. This is the best excuse they've had for years. And essentially the excuse is, oh, you know, there's a virus, there's a pandemic out there. It would be unsafe for our employees to open up the doors and help anybody right now because we don't want to get sick. Well, where the hell was you thinking from the beginning when you had homeless people coming in the building to start with that have every communicable disease to man? You weren't worried then, were you? You weren't worried when all the ex-felons were released from the prison bus back in society, we're knocking at your doors to get funding. You weren't worried about your safety then, were you? You weren't scared of dying. So, you know, what the hell's your excuse now? So you're getting all this money, you're buying time, using your lawyers to figure out different ways that you can manipulate. And these shelters is another thing that drives me absolutely absurd. When's the last time you went into a shelter and actually got a brand new pair of clothes, okay? So we got millions of dollars, man, being handed out shelter after shelter. You know, these shelters are owned by individuals or a board of directors. These people have no idea what it's like to even be homeless. When's the last time you walked in there and actually somebody handed you a check for money? When was the last time they actually handed you any new clothes? Anything? You know? What are you really getting there? You get a roof over your head and you get some food, and sometimes the food is actually donated. So this has just turned into just one rapid big scandal, you know, and it's reaching a boiling point with people, because if you're not going to disperse the funds, then what needs to happen is that 503c entitlement you're getting for tax deductions need to be snatched from you. The buildings that you're running, these Mickey Mouse operations to house people, that stuff needs to be liquidated, and you need to be put out of business. And then we can provide you with housing and food in the federal prison system for wire fraud, because this is what it comes down to. These are my very strong opinions. Now, I realize that a lot of shelters and a lot of charities are doing the right thing. I'm not accusing everybody, but I'm saying a lot of them right now, you know, the mood in this country behind shelters and charities, a lot of them are just not doing the right thing. Now, I understand there are difficult guidelines you need to meet. It's been 3 months, okay? And you don't have anything else going on. Even homeless shelters are not housing the homeless. They're putting them up at hotels on federal grants. So they're not spending any of their money. They're just helping apply for other grants, you know? So you have no costs. You have no building to run. You don't even need to turn the light bulbs on. The doors are closed. And you're continuing to collect cash. Okay? And so the game of surviving to the end of the year, so you have a nice big fat bankroll, is a completely reprehensible, you know? If you're not going to help people and you're not going to do the right things with these funding, with the funding for the homeless and the low income, give up the money or face federal prison time. I am dead serious about this stuff, you know. And these cockamamie, a lot of these charities, man, that just mom and pops are running, and I'm just telling you, you guys are out here cashing federal fund checks. You know, the heads are going to start rolling next year for you guys doing this stuff. Because, you know, it takes a real piece of trash to sit there and collect all this money, and then you're going to play games with people's lives that need this money. Most people that are homeless used to work, which means they pay taxes, so they're more than entitled to the money that's being given out. And now the homeless don't even have a way to go to a shelter, even get into a shelter, even be fed, and then you have the nerve to sit on that money. So yeah, this is what this video is really about, is the fact that everybody's taking their phone off the hook, everybody's locking their door, nobody's getting any help, and it's about damn time that, you know, this kind of unscrupulous behavior and profiteering from your board members and their nice little suits and fancy cars, you know, you guys are getting, you know, at the end of the year, bonus is going to be great for you. Why? Because your shelter, your charity is doing better than it's ever done. Why? Because you have no cost, because you're not even opening your doors to deal with anybody. So this is just one big fat check for you. That shit needs to be shut down. And I really, really hope to see that they're going to start to be some rolling convictions next year from this. You know, look, let me tell you another thing. We've got people out here that have nowhere to turn now. No, you know, you're cutting off every main resource, so there's nowhere to turn. And I find it unfathomable that you could even consider yourself a charity. So, you know, if you know of an organization or a charity that's doing this, I would strongly suggest that if you're seeing they're not going to answer the phone or doors, that you report them, not only to HUD, to the federal government, to the Department of Human and Health, report them to every federal and state agency, including even legislature. Shoot them an email. Look, you know what? You know, I'm looking, you can look and see clearly how much money, you know, in Houston alone, a lot of these big shelters have received, in some cases, up to $1 million. The doors are not even open. So who in the hell is getting this money? Where's it going? So if they can manage to keep the shelter closed all the way to the end of the year, then I guess the $1 million will just sit there for light bulb improvements, and maybe Sally, the executive, can get a brand new oak desk for her office, while every other wretched person on the street doesn't get a single damn dime. Seriously. It's bad enough that you guys are running these shelters and charities, and you don't want everything being donated to you guys. You're just selling it to get profit. And you know, most of you are not even giving out the furniture to the homeless or low income. You're not even handing out a check or anything. It's scandalous is what it is. So, well, guys, I hope in some ways that I've opened your eyes. Everything cannot be rainbows and unicorns, you know. It can't always be good news. We do have to face a reality out there that when you're down, people will continue to sometimes further take a shit on you. You know, and what I'm seeing right now is some of the worst behavior I've ever seen in this country. And the fact that we literally have trillions of dollars flowing through the system to help people and nobody's getting any help. You know, so, yeah, you know, good luck in federal prison. I hope you land there. And then when you finally do die, I hope they have a special place in hell for you. All right, folks. That's my sentiment. That's what I have to say. And the fact, it is my strict opinion. And like I said, not all charities, shelters, and organizations are bad. But I can tell you right now, here we are in the middle of the year and shit's not being done. Then it says a lot about these Mickey Mouse operations. And a lot of you guys out here that have been supporting these organizations, you need to cut them off. Cut their ass off. You know, quit giving them money if this is the kind of behavior they're going to be involved in. All right, folks, y'all have a good day. We'll see you tonight.